Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to look at how to upload a file in Laravel, and in this case we are using Laravel 10 as a version that you'll be working with. So the first thing, I want to go and do some work on the resources views, and I want to create a file here which I'm going to call upload. So we are going to have a new file. Let's call it upload.blade.php. And then after that I would like to just populate this file of ours with some Bootstrap 5 code. So let me just open Chrome and copy some things from the Bootstrap page. So bootstrap.com, I have mistyped. Let me just search the search term Bootstrap. Yes, so we have opened the page, and I want to go to documentation, and I want us to scroll downwards and copy just some starter template, this one here, and then that is what you're going to paste here. Then again I will go back to Bootstrap and pick some code for some form. So we go back here and just go to forms. Yes, overview. I'm going to pick a form here and modify a little bit. So I copy everything here, and then still I'm going to paste it under body. Of course we are only interested in using one input, so in this case we will remove all the others, and of course these are the labels we are going to write here. Form upload, upload as the label. Just a minute here. Form upload, and then even here where we have Bootstrap demo, form upload, and then the type here is a file. Then of course we have so many other things which I do not see what to value, so we remove all this like that. We are also going to delete the text there. Our form, we are going to submit it using a post request. So method post action. We will create a controller that is called upload with a method uploads. And then of course the other thing that we are going to do is to put our enc type, because we are doing file upload. So enc type multipart, and then form data like that. So let me just remove this such that whatever it is that I'm doing is a little bit more visible. So that is what we are going to have there, and that we are going to post our form to uploads like that. So that way. So you save. I want to do a little bit more and maybe be in a position to handle success and error session messages. So we can say if message, in this case we are checking the session message, we are getting success. Then in this case we are going to have a div, and then with an div that is an alert with a class alert, and we are using Bootstrap, so, and then alert success like that. After that we are going to show our message like that, and then we are going to end if. After that I also want us to be able to show some errors. We will just be doing a listing of the errors. So what we are going to do, we are also going to check for the errors. So we are going to have at if errors any. We are checking if there are any errors, and then we are going to show our message in a div. So if in the event we have any error messages, we will show it. I just want to copy this and use it here as my class, but then we will change it to alert danger, such that it will give us a red alert, in this case to show that we have an error. Then we are going to have an ordered list, and then inside our ordered list we will check the errors. So we are going to loop through for each errors all, like that, for each errors all as error, and then we are going to list the error. So we are going to split the error like that. After that we will end the for each loop like that, and for each, and then also end the if. Like that. So I think that's okay. And so in our input we are having the type is file, and then I think that is fine enough, and then we have a button to submit our form. So I'd like us to go to web.php, but first of all, before we do that, I would like us to create controllers and models and migration. So in this case we are going to just open terminal, and we're going to use the command php artisan make model. In this case, I want the name of the model to be upload, and then I'm going to tag with the letter A such that it creates more than that. So it will create for us a model, a controller, a form request, a factory, among many other things. So I'm going to press enter, and so it's going to do that work for us. And as that work is being done, I would like to continue doing other things. So in this case, we will go to routes web.php, and in web.php we are going to have another route. In this case, I will first of all import the controller here. So we are going to say use app http controllers, and then the name of our controller, we are going to call it upload controller. Like that, upload controller, that is what we have actually created. And then we are going to have route resource, because whatever it is that is going to be created is a resource controller. So in this case, we are going to have it like that, uploads, and this will house all our methods, that is the index, the create, the store method, the show method, the update method, and the destroy method. But we are only interested in a few. So here I'm going to have upload controller, class, like that. I think if everything is okay with this, then we are fine. After that, I would like to go to the controller itself. But before we go to the controller, let me go to the model, the database, and create some few inputs that you would like in our table, because I want, as we are uploading, we save some of the information in the database. So in this case, we are going to have table, and then string, and we have this field name, the column, and then I also want us to have another field which is also a string, and we will have it as let us call it path, like that. So the path within which our file would have been stored. So after that, I would like to save this, and I also want to go to env and change something there. I want us to have our application, we will call it upload. So upload, just like that. And then I'm not going to create the this table, because Laravel will assist me in doing that. So I only would go ahead and ensure that my server is running, that is Apache and MySQL. So while those two are running, I can be able to go back and run the command php artisan migrate. And then it says the database does not exist. Would you like to create it? We actually want to create it, so I press yes and press enter, and you can see the tables have been successfully created. That's good enough. So I would like us to go and do a few things on the controller, and so I'm going to open app, and then http, then controllers, then upload controller. And then I want us to look at the store method, because as you can see, because I generated my request using the flag A, it created also for us a request, a form request, and in this case we have a store upload request. So if I do not need to use this one, I'm going to delete it and just type in request. But since it's like that, I will go to the upload request and do our validation. So let me open the requests, app HTTP requests, and then upload request. And here the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to authorize that the person doing the transaction, so in other words working or uploading, is actually allowed to upload. And then after that we are going to so this is under the function authorize, and then under the function rules we are going to put our validation rules. Now I intend the name and the path to just be gotten from the controller function, so the only thing I'm going to validate here is that I have a file. And in this case, remember, in our web.php, I mean in our blade file, we have called our file. So I do not know if that is the case. Let me just go back and confirm that is the case. So you go to resources, views, upload.blade, and here, so type file. I did not put the name, so let me put it name. We are also going to call it file, like that. So the file that I'm referencing here is actually whatever it is that we want from the input. So after that, I'm going to say that this file is required, and then I can be able to maybe specify the kinds of file that I would like, or in other words, the memes of this file. So the meme type, so memes, and we can say we want a PNG, so you might want a PNG file, or maybe a JPG file, or maybe JPEG if you are working with images only. And if you're working with other things, maybe like documents, a Word document, you can say docs, like that. And you can say CSV if you want CSV. And the Excel files, XSLS, and so on and so forth. After that, you can also be able to specify the maximum upload size. In this case, let us just set it as 2048, like that. So that is the only validation that we are doing. If our file was, if our upload was having more than this, then we could be able to also mention them here. But since we do not have anything more, we can just have it like that. So I'd like to go to our upload controller and do a few things. So here we are going to now upload our file. And remember, in this case, when the request reaches this public function that store, we already have checked whether the values that we want, or in other words the required values, are already there. So in other words, it's validated data already, so we can just be able to begin working on it. So I would like to store in a variable file, and we are going to say request file. This is our file, the file that you have uploaded. Request file, because that is the name of our file. And then after that, I want us to get the original name. So original name, and in this case we are going to just use, because we have stored this file in the variable file, I will just say file and then get client original name, like that. and then after that, sometimes the file you have the name spaced out. In this case, I want the file name to just be a continuous thing, so I will be able to replace with underscores in the file name. So I want to have another variable which I'm going to call file name, and in this case for the file name, let me just extend this a little bit. For the file name, I want to replace any spaces, so I'll use str replace. Any spaces that we have, we are going to replace with an underscore, not a dash, an underscore, like that, in our original name. In our original name, in this file name that we have here. And then after that, I want us to also have the path of the file, and in this case I have decided where I'm going to upload my files, so I'm going to upload it in a folder called my files, and it is not yet created. So in the event it is not yet created, it will be created and the files will be uploaded there, so it's not an issue. So then we are going to pass in the file name. So in this case, our file will be stored with its name, which we have modified here, but it will be stored in a folder called my files. Then after that, it's time for us to upload our file. So in this case, we can say file store as. In this case, where we are putting our file is in a folder called my files, and then after that we are putting the file with its name, so we are saving it with its name, the name that we have done something about here. After that, I want to also save some things in the database, so maybe I will save in the database first before we store the file. So we can say call our upload with a variable upload, so upload, and then this is going to be an instance of the model upload, and then after that we are going to have the name, so upload name, the same way we have saved in our database, and this is going to be the file name. And then after that, upload path, I think we called it path, is going to be the path that we have above here, this one that we have stated here. Then after that we are going to save in the database, so I'm going to say upload save. And remember, whenever you are working on these things, there are many ways in which you can be able to do it. So this is just but one of the ways. So it's not a must you follow this. You can be able also to find out and see which is another way in which you can be able to do it. Then I want us to redirect back to the specific page that we were doing the uploads, because I've not been able to create any other routes. So, and the page that we will return to is uploads create. So we will return to the page that has the form, and then I'm going to return with success, in this case a success message, and we are going to say the file uploaded successfully. Let me just move a little bit. Successfully, like that. And then So in this case, if all is fine, we have been able to save our file, but I've not been able to maybe return, or in other words define this view that we are calling uploads.create. Let me see if I've typed it in properly. Yes, uploads create. So let us do something about that one. Here I'm going to return a view. So do return response, and I found a challenge because of this. If I just return view, it is refusing to work. So I found that you can be able to write return response view, and this is in Laravel 10. So in other versions, the previous versions, you can just return view, but here either we change this to something else, but as long as it is that we are returning a response, then it's expected that we do it like this. So upload, because there is a view that we have created that we have called upload. So you save it like that, and I'll go back and check if that view is specifically called by that name. So yes, upload.blade. I think that is fine. So if all is fine, then our application should work. So I want us to run our Laravel application, and we are going to run it using the command php artisan serve, like that, and then we are going to visit localhost 8000 and see if our application runs. Yes, our application is running perfectly. Let us visit uploads and then create, because that is the method that we have defined, the route that you bring, that you show as our form. So in this case, we have our form upload, and I want to choose a file from my machine. So I'll just pick this one and then open the file. It's a PDF file, so it's expected that our application will not refuse this one. And when we upload, it says 419 expired. Yes, there is one thing that I forgot to do, and it is in the form. I just go back to where the form is, upload.blade, and I forgot to put CSRF here, so we can just use the directive at CSRF like that, and then I believe that will not give us the error. So I will refresh the page, once again choose the file, pick that file, open, and then submit. It says that this action is unauthorized, and I think we did in our request. I used update request. There's a problem. We will go to store upload request is the one that you're supposed to authorize. So this is the form request that you're supposed to use, not because I updated the wrong one. I updated upload request, so it's not update upload request, it's not this one. So we are going to just do something that we did to the form request. So the first thing we are going to do is to return here as true, and then afterwards we will go to the rules, and as I said, here we are going to just check for file. If our upload has a file, then we can be able to continue. So we will say it is required, and then we will also put the other things that the meme types that we require. So in this case we have PNG. Let me just repeat what I did. And then we have JPG, and then we have JPEG, and then we have docs, and then we have CSV. As I said, I was just saying you can be able to put those ones, and we also had this one for Excel. So depending with whatever it is that you expect your user to upload, so you can be able to put the restrictions here. And here we said the maximum size is 2048, like that. So I believe everything is fine. I made a mistake and put code in the update upload instead of store upload, but that one is so corrected. So I want us to again go back and refresh, choose our file, and in this case you choose the same PDF file that we were choosing, and then attempt to upload, and it says validator meme does not exist. Let me check why that is the case. So it is memes, we need to have an S. So again we will go back and refresh again, attempt to update, to upload. So we submit, and there is something, and you can see it says the field must be file type PNG, JPG, JPEG, docs, and CSV. As you can see, there is no PDF. So in this case, I will go and add PDF here. So I can add PDF such that whatever it is that I'm attempting to upload is accepted. And there is something else that I have not put in our upload controller. I'm supposed to import something which I have not been able to import. So let us go back there, because we will need to use storage. So we need to import up here, use illuminate, and then facades, support, and then facades, and then storage. Otherwise it could also have given us an error. So fine, let us attempt again. We are still trying to, so you can see if you are uploading files which are not within the range of what we have listed, it will give an error. So let me refresh, and then we attempt to upload again. So we go pick our PDF page, document, and then submit. And as you can see, file uploaded successfully. If we check our storage, so in this case storage app, as you can see, we have a folder called my files, and inside here we have our document. It's called young adult something something. And then after that, I also want us to go and check our database, and we will find that there is an upload there. So I want to go to localhost phpMyAdmin, and just check our database that we also have the file stored there. It has opened, so we will go to our database is called upload. In this case, you can see in our upload we have one record, and when I open it, we have our file and the storage place where it has been stored. Thank you very much for following this tutorial up until this moment. I ask that you may subscribe, like, comment, share, and if there's any other thing that you would like me to talk about, you can also mention in the comments that we can be able to prepare a video for it. Thank you very much.